During the funeral of Vol'jin after the Broken Shore event, if you explore the immediate area long enough, you'll come across a lone human watching the funeral from afar behind a couple of rocks. If you go up and talk to him, he'll tell you that he was good friends with Vol'jin, and that he's going to avenge his death. Now, the big question is, just who is this guy? How does this no-name human know someone as important as Vol'jin? Well, this no-name human, known as Tyrathan Khort, was a hunter in the Alliance. During the Pandaren expedition into the Jade Forest, him and his band of hunters were ambushed by the Shah while scouting out the area. All of his friends and their pets died, but Tyrathan was able to escape with a broken leg. He then crawled through the forest, stranded in enemy territory, eating anything he could find to keep himself alive before being found by Chen Stormstout, and was then brought to the Shadowpan Monastery to recover. A short time later, Vol'jin was also brought to the Shadowpan Monastery. During the events of the patch 4.1 escalation questline, Vol'jin is nearly killed by an assassin sent by Garrosh, and he tells the adventurers with him to tell everyone that he had been killed. Vol'jin then barely makes it out of there alive and is later found by Chen Stormstout, and then taken to the Shadowpan Monastery to recover. Turns out the assassin used poison on his blade, which was slowing down his normally high troll regeneration. Tyranzu, not particularly fond of either the Alliance or Horde, sent Tyrathan to help take care of Vol'jin, along with the other healers, mainly to change bandages and whatnot, but Tyranzu was really just interested in seeing how they would react to each other. But Vol'jin and Tyrathan knew what the monk was doing, and played along since they were in his debt, and this was a small price to pay for having saved both of their lives. During their interactions, they grew fond of each other over time. One day, while Tyrathan was out on a walk, a huge blizzard hit the temple before he could return. When the monks were able to finally find him, he was alive but near death. They suspected he was infected by a Shah, and Vol'jin agreed to enter his dreams to see if he could help in some way. It was then that Vol'jin relived the Shah ambush through Tyrathan's eyes, and found out just how frail humans were compared to trolls. Through the whole ordeal, Vol'jin was able to see that Tyrathan felt immense guilt over not being able to save a particular female human hunter who died in the ambush, and helps him overcome his doubt. After the whole Loa dream vision thing, which Tyrathan knew Vol'jin had seen when he woke up, they become even closer, and could even be considered good friends at this point. They then worked together to defend a Pandaren village from the Zandalari during the events of the Thunder King's revival. In the defense of the village, after killing scores of Zandalari trolls, Vol'jin was caught off guard and cornered by a particular Zandalari warrior, who was then killed from afar by Tyrathan. After the events of that battle, they were then sent on a new mission to the Vale of Eternal Blossoms, to stop Zandalari from reviving more of their Mogu allies. This small mission was more or less a suicide mission considering its dangers, but Vol'jin and Tyrathan decided to go anyway, since they were both dead men anyway to the outside world. While on their way to this mission, Tyrathan remarks that no one in the world would believe that the two of them had formed a bond of friendship, and now fought alongside one another in defense of a land they had no true attachment to, and that he would be tried for treason and executed if his friendship with Vol'jin was ever discovered. During the mission, Tyrathan was captured, along with a few monks, and Vol'jin feigned interest in joining the Zandalari in order to save their lives. At night, Vol'jin broke them all out of their cells and they headed back to the Shadowpan Monastery. With the Zandalari hot on their trails, Vol'jin and Tyrathan set a bunch of traps to help defend the monastery from the coming battle, along with Chen and 30 other monks, who were later called the 33. The 33 were able to repel the Zandalari and Mogu attacks, but Tyrathan suffered a fatal wound during the assault. Vol'jin then made a bargain with the Loa of Death to heal Tyrathan, which was a pretty big deal because Loas generally don't care about other races besides trolls, and they don't even care about trolls all that much either. Then Tyrathan and Vol'jin made a pact to kill whoever kills the other, and then Vol'jin went off to form the rebellion that would eventually bring down Garrosh. During Vol'jin's funeral, if you talk to Tyrathan, he'll tell you, "Please don't call the guards. I came to honor Vol'jin, not to cause trouble. He was a friend. We fought side by side against great odds. I owe that troll my life. We once swore to each other that, should one of us be killed, the other would avenge him. Always thought he'd outlive me. Whatever it takes, I'm going to make good on my promise." Tyrathan also shows up in the Hunter's Order Hall, and a dialogue option will show up that allows you to ask him if something is troubling him, to which he'll say, "Thinking of lost friends, and a promise I need to keep." If you're thinking about why you've never heard about any of these events or even who Tyrathan was before watching this video, that's because all of these events happen in the book Shadows of the Horde, and Tyrathan was a new character created for that book, who's now part of the game. Alright, and that's it for this video. This will be the first of a new series of videos based around talking about one random fact from WoW that doesn't really fit into a video idea from one of my other types of videos. Most of them will probably be a little bit shorter than this one, but I thought this would be a good one to start off with, as I really like the secret friendship between Tyrathan and Vol'jin.